How are triggers and assertions defined in SQL? Explain with syntax. Trigger. A trigger is a stored procedure that is automatically executed when an insert, update, or delete operation occurs on the table. Enforce business rules, maintain data integrity, audit changes automatically. Create trigger, trigger name before, after, insert or update or delete on table for each row, begin, trigger body, end. Example, create trigger check salary before insert on EMP for each row, begin. If new dot salary less than 0, then raise application error of -20001 comma invalid salary. End if new dot salary is less than 0. Assertion. An assertion is a database wide constraint that must always remain true. Assertion is a database wide constraint that must always remain true. Users enforce complex constraints, maintain consistency across multiple tables, create assertion, assertion name, check condition. Create assertion salary check not exists, select star from EMP where salary greater than 1 lakh. Check assertion salary check not exists, select from EMP where salary greater than 1 lakh. Difference between trigger and assertion. Execute automatically on events, checks condition continuously. Event driven, constraint driven. Use it for actions, use it for validations. Insert, update, delete based. Database wide rule. Trigger automatically performs actions when database events occurs, whereas an assertion enforces constraint that must always remain true in the database. That is, trigger is automatic action, assertion is database wide constraint. Write a note on aggregate functions in SQL with examples. Aggregate functions perform calculations on a set of values and return a single result. They are commonly used with group by and having classes. Type of aggregate functions. Count. Counts the number of rows. Select count of star from EMP. Sum. Calculates total of a numeric column. Select sum of salary from EMP. Average. Calculates average value. Select average of AVG of salary from EMP. Max returns the highest value. Select max of salary from EMP. Select min of salary from EMP. Using group by. Select dnum, average salary from EMP. Group by dno. Department wise average salary. Using having. Department with average salary greater than 50,000. Select dnum, average salary from EMP. Group by dno. Having average salary greater than 50,000. Aggregate functions are used to summarize data and perform calculations that are counting, averaging, finding totals, maximum, minimum, and all. Write a SQL program to create an assertion that the salary of an employee must not be greater than the salary of the department. An assertion is a database constraint that must remain always true. Create assertion salary constraint. Create assertion salary constraint. Check not exists. Off. Select star from emp.empe dipt d where e.dno equals to d.dno and e.salary is greater than. Select average salary from EMP where dno equals to d.dno. Create assertion salary constraint check not exists of select star from EMPE department D where E dot deno equals to D dot deno and E dot salary is greater than select AVG salary or from EMP where deno equals to D dot deno. Explanation checks all employees, compares the employee salary with the department salary condition. If condition becomes full, insertion update is rejected. Maintains the salary consistency. Create assertion name check condition. Assertions are used to enforce database-wide constraints and ensure data integrity across multiple tables. Create assertion name and condition. Write the syntax for creating and dropping a view. Explain the problems associated with updation of view. A view is a virtual table created from one or more base tables. It does not store data physically, it stores only the query. Create view name as select column 1 comma column 2 from table name where condition. Create view EMP view as select SSN name salary from EMP. It is a virtual table. Dropping a view. Drop view name. Example drop view EMP view. Create view EMP view as select SSN from EMP. Problems in view updation. Views based on multiple tables, update becomes ambiguous. Views containing aggregate function cannot update values directly. Views based on multiple tables. Views contain aggregate functions which cannot update directly. Views with group by updates are not allowed. Group by. Views with distinct, difficult to identify actual rows. Views containing computed attributes, derived values cannot be updated. Multiple tables are there. Then aggregate functions, group by, distinct, computed attributes, derived values cannot be updated. Advantages of view provides security, simplifies complex queries, and hides the unnecessary data, provides logical data independence. A view is a virtual table used for security and simplicity. Although views are useful, updates may not be possible when they contain joins, aggregates, group by, distinct, or computed columns. Question 10. Create the trigger. Whenever the employee salary is greater than the salary of his or her direct supervisor, a trigger is automatically executed when an insert, update, or delete operation occurs. Create trigger check salary before insert or update on EMP. For each row, declare subsal emp.sal percentage type. Begin. Select salary into subsal from EMP when SSN is new.super SSN. If new.salary is greater than subsal, then writes application error -20001. Employee salary cannot exceed supervisor salary and if it is nothing but create trigger check salary before insert or update on EMP. Check when do they need to give the trigger before insert or update on EMP. For each row declare that subsal emp.salary percentage type. Subsal emp.salary percentage type. Then begin. Select salary into subsal from EMP where SSN equals to news.super SSN. select salary into subsal from EMP where SSN equals to new dot super SSN. If new dot salary greater than subsal, then raise application error of this end if end. Select salary into subsal from EMP. Then triggers executes before insert or update, retrieves the supervisor's salary, compares the employee salary with supervisor. If employee salary is greater, operation is rejected. Maintains salary hierarchy, enforces business rules automatically, improves data integrity. The trigger automatically prevents insertion or updation of employee records when the employee's salary exceeds the salary of the direct supervisor. Create trigger before insert or update if employee salary greater than this, reject it. Then cursor with an example. A cursor is a database object used to retrieve and process query results one row at a time. It is used when a query returns multiple rows and each row must be processed individually. A cursor is a database object used to retrieve and process query results one row at a time. It is used when a query returns multiple rows and each row must be processed individually. Steps in cursor processing: declare cursor, open cursor, fetch data, close cursor. Declare cursor name, select column name from table. Begin, open cursor name, fetch cursor name into variable, close cursor name, end. Example: display employee names one by one. Declare cursor C1 is select name from EMP. Cursor C1 is declare cursor C1 is select name from EMP. V name EMP dot name type V name EMP dot name percentage type begin. Open C1 loop, fetch C1 into vname, exit when C1 percentage not found. DBMS output dot put line of vname, end loop, close C1, end. This is nothing but declaration, then begin, then loop, open, loop, fetch, then exit. DBMS output dot put line. Declare cursor C1 is select name from EMP, vname EMP dot name percentage type begin, open C1 loop, fetch C1 into vname, exit when C1 not found. DBMS output dot put line of vname, end loop, close C1, end. This process records row by row, useful for complex calculations, provides better control over query results, slower than normal SQL queries, consumes more memory, increases execution time for large tables, slower than normal SQL queries. So consumes more memory, increases execution time. Cursor is a mechanism that allows row by row processing of query results. It is useful when individual record handling is required.